Hi everyone, before we get into the banter, the crack, the laughs, after Newcastle United beat Manchester United on some fortunate news that former defender Michael Newbury has sadly passed away. Michael was with the club for a number of years, injury plagued in his under-21 career, but had a fantastic spell out in Northern Ireland, won some titles. Sadly, he's lost his life on his birthday at the age of 27. Everyone at NFTV is thinking of Michael's family at this time. Hello everyone, welcome back. As you can see, we are outside Old Trafford. Now, it's not often, granted we did it last season in the cup win, but it's not often we have the chance, Sam, to come outside here, the atmosphere of dreams, literally, and celebrate 3 points.
Easy work.
It is. We'll come on to that as well, but we will dissect it because the scenes at the end, if you haven't checked the vlog out, which went out last night, obviously because we're putting this out in the morning. And
Are we?
Yes, because we've got long.
You are.
I am. So yeah, check it out because the match reaction in the vlog are some scenes inside there.
Yeah.
But obviously, you were very, very confident on the drive down. I know you're going to be replying to some of them comments as well.
No.
Yes.
No. It's not very often I go all in.
It isn't. Is it? It's not like you.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not very often I go all in, but I was just so sure. I mean, on reflection, it's nothing. It was no big claim. We were just about bookmakers' favourites. We've come and won away from home against a team in 14th place, but obviously this is, like I did touch on this on the drive down, that is a place where we have a horrendous record with one win in the league since in our lifetime. And
Johnny got to say that.
This time of year we're perennially awful. It's never normally a good time of year for us, results-wise. So, but I was just so sure tonight that we were going to do the business, and we have done with the plum in the end. The blistering start we had was just unbelievable. I've never seen such domination from us against anyone dominate against Man United like that. I know it's becoming a more regular occurrence, but that first half an hour was just one-way traffic. It was like a training ground match, men against boys. Yeah,
we'll come to that in a sec. Let's have a look at the lineup, then I'll talk you through that. There was no changes, but there was only one that we might look at was Livermore going to come in for Kieran Trippier, but Livermore was back on the bench. It was the same side, more or less, and the team's winning. We're scoring goals for fun. We're battering teams. We're keeping clean sheets, so I don't see any reason to change that, to be honest with you, Sam. And also,
there's no issue either. Trippier's just still brilliant operator, and he's gone off. He's pulled again late in the second half. But that's a place of the pitch where we have genuine strength in depth.
It is, and Man United obviously Rashford back in. That'll be their news.
He didn't feature though.
He
was on the bench,
but he's in the squad. But then obviously they've missed Fernandes, that creativity, and
Ugarte. So they played the extra kind of striker to kind of compensate for the loss of Bruno Fernandes with Xerxes just off. I always go to call Højlund Højgaard, but Højgaard's the golfer.
Haaland.
That didn't work for him at all, did it?
It didn't, and they went with the wing-back system, and he hasn't changed. And you always think of Man United with a new manager, we'll get the manager bounce, and they haven't. And they're falling down the league, and obviously for them, they've got a lot of problems. I also think that they've got a lot of problems off the field as well as on.
Oh yeah,
100%. But it's a team that, as you say, historically we've not done well against. You mentioned the blistering start. What a start it was. I mean, the last few games we've been scoring goals literally from the off, and it's again the intensity and getting in behind the wing backs and how we were talking about at half time. We were looking back at the goals because surprisingly we had good signal here. How can you leave Alexander Isak free when you've got Maguire,
De
Ligt and Martinez, and Isak's free and 6 yards out? Yeah, how can you do that?
Well, they thought they were signing a worldie in De Ligt, but let's not remember De Ligt lost his place at Bayern to Eric Dyer. So on reflection, I mean, I was talking to Johnny about this the other day. Their system is made for us to exploit. I thought Hall and Gordon, said this on the drive down, Hall and Gordon would have a field day. If you get in behind Mazraoui, they won't be able to cope. And early doors, they didn't. Both crosses came from that side, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
And it was just exploiting that gap, tremendous movement in the box. Poor defending, yes, but we've got that quality in attack. We've got that dominance in midfield now. It was just an absolute thrill to watch because everything was going our way, and it was not luck, it was by sheer quality.
We said, didn't we? It was a carbon copy almost, where the second one comes in from that left side and Joelinton's got the run on one of the, I think it's the midfielders. He just running, he powerhouses in, and again he's got that leap and to put it 2-0 up, and
great finish.
It's a great finish, and you want to see more of that Joelinton because he's got that presence, that physique, the power of him. We're 2-0 up in Dreamland, and all it's. And do you know what it is? Even at 2-0, Sam, it just as you say, it looked
felt like
comfortable.
It would have been more.
It was like, this is easy. I mean, what's happening? The Man United were just giving us the ball. There were spaces. There was no challenges. It was like, is this a Premier League game?
Yeah.
Or are we playing a Championship side?
Yeah.
It was like
it kind of had that Carabao Cup feel, didn't it?
It was too
that
easy.
Maybe are they playing their reserves here or what?
It's like every time we had the ball, we had a yard space to turn all the time.
Oh, do you remember in the first half that there was a long ball played? Might have even been from Dubravka, and just Joelinton was just on his own. Had no opposition players in a 5-yard radius of it, and he was able to just collect the ball, bring it down, and distribute. It was utterly shameful from these, but hilarious for us. That first 30 minutes was one of the most dominating spells of football I've ever seen from Newcastle United. It was incredible, and obviously Tonali hit the post as well.
I was just about to come on to that. We were worried at that time because if that went in.
You have visions of Kennedy and Muto.
Yeah, and last season as well, it was 3-2,
yes.
didn't it? And yeah, if Tonali hits the post and that goes in, it's 3-0. United game over. But obviously he hits the post. Maybe should have scored, but
yeah, I think that's fair.
Fabian Schär, right at the very end of the first half, what was he doing there? Do you think it was?
Well, before then, we have to acknowledge Man United made a change.
Yes, they did. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. Bless him. I mean,
well done, Dan. No wonder they sacked him.
Is that embarrassment for the player?
Yes.
Because he's been hauled off after 32 minutes, 33 minutes?
Of course it was embarrassing. I think the manager has to take some criticism as well and acknowledge that he got that system wrong.
If it did work, he looked like a genius, wouldn't it? But it didn't.
Yeah, well, okay. But he acknowledged it quickly, and Xerxes had a torrid time here. It's really, really funny. And Dan Ashworth paid more than his release clause for him, which is utterly hilarious. The whole situation here. It's so comical.
It is. Do you know what it reminds me of? When we were under Ashley.
Ashley, yeah.
It's everything, even the owner now.
I've said from the start that Ratcliffe's the Mancunian Mike Ashley.
Even with the stuff, the charity with the ex-players, the women, the stuff he's done with the women's and all that, and hiring Ashworth, then getting rid of him. It's
total shit.
It's comical if you.
But it's hilarious, and at the end of the day, I just have no sympathy whatsoever. It's brilliant.
I only have sympathy for the fans that go home and away. That's it, to be honest with you. But
there's not many.
There isn't,
left
because a lot
here.
of them are tourists and all that. But that's what you get when you have success for the last 30-odd year.
Yeah,
but
true.
It's getting less and less now.
True.
But as I go back to Fabian Schär once again.
But hang on, sorry. Manu came on and he actually did all right.
He did. It did stiffen them up a little bit, but we were still doing the high pressing and.
Yeah, we were still more or less in control.
We were in control until
Hoyland had a bit of a chance. And then
was
came
offside though?
And I think so. The lino wasn't
that's why I'm
keeping
not
up with play.
This. I thought it was offside.
Well, either way, it was a chance, and it wasn't acknowledged by the lino. Who I think if it, I don't know.
It just wide,
but yeah, to come on to your point about Fabian Schär's a bit nonchalant.
That's what I was about to say. At that time, do you think it's too easy? This
yeah,
and he's just kind of like not putting his all effort into the pass.
The fear factor's gone. The fear factor's totally gone here.
And it's like, whoa, what you doing?
I mean, we'll come on to that in the second half a bit because I had slightly more concerning feelings as the second half went on. But yeah, it was very nonchalant. Fabian is guilty of this sometimes, but I suppose when you do that and they have a chance in on goal at the moment, you kind of want it to fall to someone like Casemiro, who's just
going to join in
a shadow of his former self. Casemiro, I mean, I have tremendous respect for him and what he's achieved in the game, but at the end of the day, Real Madrid don't sell those type of players for no reason.
Yes and no. Look what they did with Varane.
Exactly. So they've been fooled twice there, really, haven't they? And granted, he was very good in the Carabao Cup final, unfortunately. But he completely spooned a couple of efforts on goal, which were hilarious.
That's just proper Man United fans to
the
side. It's just
missed the last train to London.
It's just, I mean, I mean, you can still pause that video a bit there, but anyway, it's half time. But I digest 2-0.
You digest or you digress?
I digress. Sorry, I digest the pop. We're not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but if they do want to,
But if they do,
please reach out.
info@newcastlefanstv.com.
This video and this is also on the Last Word audio podcast, which you can find across all
The Talk Sport Fan Network.
Yes, all of your audios, like your Spotify's, your Apples, and etc.
How will that Chelsea fan presenter, Andy was it Jacobs?
Roy Jennings?
No, Paul Hawksby.
Oh, Hawksby.
Paul Hawksby, who tried to shoot me down when I was on TalkSport last week. Chelsea losing to Ipswich this evening.
Yeah, I will bring up the league table a little bit later, yeah. So Chelsea, very surprising.
Anyway, now I've digressed.
Yeah, we had defeated to Ipswich, and I think Villa and Brighton drew, as far as I'm last seen. But it was important for me just to get it at half-time, don't concede. Second half, though, we just stepped back, didn't we? It was like, right, we didn't park the bus, it's not the termination, but we
didn't. I thought they did.
Well, I thought they had a lot more of the ball. It's like, whoa, where's the pressing? Come on.
I thought, I say part of the bus in very loose terms, but initially I thought they were trying to low block us
and hit. A little bit.
Yeah, but I thought they were trying to hit us on the counter. They were very happy to let us have possession.
But out of possession, we weren't doing the pressing.
No,
we just
absolutely
backed off
not.
and thought, right, you have the ball.
Yeah.
We're 2-0 up. See what you can do.
Because there was no real impetus. Like I said, they were trying to catch us on the counter, and we were waiting to catch them on the counter. So it kind
each
of,
other up.
Yeah, which you're 2-0 down.
It's mad, isn't it?
Very odd. I don't think they had a couple of moments. The Man United fans broke out into a song after an hour.
Well done.
And that was the only one they did all game. Very, very bizarre for a home crowd.
The atmosphere of dreams, isn't it?
It's very, very bizarre.
That's what happens when you go to sleep. You dream, don't you? You dream and it's silent.
Very.
But you talked about that chance, didn't you? That's what they're going to look at and think, if that goes in, it's game on. It's 2-1.
Back in the day, it goes in and then they probably go and win 3-2. Much like when Muto and Kennedy scored. But this is a different Man United. And more importantly, this is a different Newcastle United.
It is. If that goes in, I think it does change. It was a chance. Who was it? Who hit the post? Was it Casemiro? Was it Mino? I can't remember who it was, but they hit the post.
Wasn't it? Oh, who cares?
Because it was similar to Tonali, very similar. How they hit the post down that Trafford end. But if that goes in, different change. The game, they might change the way of the flow, but Newcastle then come back into a little bit more of the possession, but it was more or less, let's see the game out. There's a few substitutions from Man United. Newcastle had a couple of...
They changed it up again, didn't they? Because they bought Garnacho.
And you thought that might be, okay, he's going to hit on the ball more, but it was nothing.
This is the thing about Man United. They have these kind of youngsters break through. They give them hundreds of thousands of pounds a week on a new contract, and then they just pale into insignificance. I carry my litter.
Remember
Januzaj?
Mace, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Garnacho's the Januzaj of the Snapchat generation. It's just not. He'll do bits and pieces, but he's not.
Scores wonder goals. But
he's got a wonder goal.
Yeah, the Puskas Award, didn't he?
So did Makeda.
Yeah, he did. I remember that in his debut when he scored that curler.
Yeah, who cares?
It's Everton, wasn't it?
Villa, I think.
Oh, I can't remember.
I normally remember goals against Villa. There was 3 of them last week. But yeah, there wasn't... I think the atmosphere in the home end, they knew that it wasn't going to be their day.
Nothing was happening. I think our away end knew that as well. That we knew that.
Personally, I was very much of the opinion, if they do get one, this is going to get a bit hairy here. Yeah. But whenever they had the opportunity they had zero quality.
Except for that chance at the post. What did Dubravka do again?
Nothing. They had zero quality, zero composure, and had zero effect really in the final third.
And the way end was they were just loving it, all the songs, and you've seen United. I thought all
We Hate Cockneys was a personal highlight.
That was the funniest. We hate Cockneys, and that was the funniest chant of the night. And obviously Newcastle fans went into raptures at the end. It was absolutely bouncing.
So much fun.
Oh, it was great to be in there on a night where Newcastle picked up 3 massive points against a team.
And we roll on. And the Mags go marching on.
It is, and we don't really win here that often. Yes, the Cup last season, but in the league we haven't since goodbye. But it was unbelievable. Smell of whipped cream there.
Who's smelling... someone's got herb.
Yes. Unbelievable.
I hate that smell. Gives me a headache.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Mind paint, when you paint the wall, that gives us headaches. Anyways, So we won. Let's have a look at what Eddie Howe said to the press after that.
I don't know about a statement. I think for us, we knew that we needed to try and keep the momentum that we built in recent weeks. We've had a really good look about us, very confident looking team, and today I'm just really pleased we're able to do that at a ground that hasn't been kind to Newcastle over the years. So I think it's a big win in that sense psychologically. Always tough to play here. I thought we played really well in that first half. I think regardless of where we play, we have to try and be the same team. We have to stick to the same principles. Players were very good technically in that early stage of the game. I thought we dominated, created chances, had a really good look about us. I think at 2-0 the game changes, but really pleased with that opening spell. I think we're moving in the right direction defensively. It hasn't always been easy for us this season. We've had chopping and changing early season, but we look to have a solid, settled backline, and I think that's made a big difference. We're going to have to shuffle that now with Fabian's suspension, so that's going to be a blow for us, but hopefully we can adjust and still find a way to defend well. Well, the direction of travel is very much to Tottenham now, and we're going through a spell of really difficult away games, Tottenham and then Arsenal, two massive games, but we're trying to enjoy them and approach them like we have this one.
Very calm as per usual, doesn't take anything running away for granted and whatever.
Jason Tyndall, good to see on the touchline as well.
Because I thought we were suspended. I asked you.
Yeah. So the story with Mad Dog is that he wasn't suspended tonight, obviously, because the FA haven't completed their investigation into the tunnel brawl on Boxing Day. So I mean, he probably will get a ban at some point. But that is not today.
Just get Graham Jones up to do the next bit. Just get him.
I don't think Jones has that in his locker, though, does he?
I don't know.
To that extent,
not
anyway.
Not that extent, no, but he's cheeky, isn't he?
So, yeah, it can be.
Couple of things then. These wins that we've just stemmed this December, it's been a great month. As you said, we're normally notorious for struggle with all the games and that. Are we now back in the Champions League hunt? Because I'm going to pull the league table up for everyone at home.
So...
Because I said on the weekend, 4 points from Spurs and Man United, we are.
Yep.
Now we've got 3.
Yep.
Even if we draw the weekend, I'm swinging the
Spurs are missing a lot of players at the weekend.
Again, you don't know what you get for Spurs. We were joking before.
No, we could go there. We could go there and turn them over very like tonight, quite relatively comfortably, or we could lose 4-1 like we did last season. It could be, or anything in between. It really could be. You just don't know what you get with there. Postecoglou is under pressure. However,
I think he will go.
Potentially. But when you look at that league table, as you say, Liverpool have won the title. Well
you
done.
think that's a given?
Yes. Well done to them.
Because even like
can't
Ipswich,
stand them, but
like Ipswich winning.
Yeah, I get that, but they're too far ahead.
But Chelsea are. Because Ipswich beating Chelsea, they know it's...
No, I know idea about Liverpool at the top of the table.
Because if you look at that league table, we're only how many points behind Forest now?
Yes, well, Forest have a huge target on their backs now.
Yes, I know they play an extra game than more than a couple have them there, but...
So Forest is the team that us and a number of teams will be looking to hunt down. Arsenal, I think they're still pretty rock solid for top 4.
The Man City will come back. They're going to strengthen, aren't they?
Depends. Well,
go on then, answer my question.
Let's say yes, we're in the hunt, and of course this season 5th might be enough.
Well, I said on the overlap that if we get 5th place, we'll qualify for the back door. So I'm gonna stick with that.
5th could be enough.
And do you know what it is? Obviously, Eddie Howe had a lot of criticism because I like to bring it up because I was wrong about it. After the Brentford thing,
that surprised me because you were huge on Howe.
I do. I love Eddie Howe. I wasn't like right. He has to go. I was more like,
but it was.
This isn't good. This.
It was
something
more.
Needs to change.
It was more the disappointment in your voice that you don't want him to go, but it might be time.
And
it really surprised me when you did that because I wasn't Howe.
But I did stay quite easily. He can win me back, and he has done. We've just won 3. We've beat obviously Villa. Then we've come. Yeah, we're on a roll and nobody wants to play us at the minute. So we're the informed team in the whole league at the minute.
Yes, but to expand on your point, because it really surprised me when you came out after that. Yes, Brentford was awful.
I think because of the run up to Brentford, it was just.
You had the West Ham at home as well.
You had loads of thick games this season. What's going on? Why is it not working? Obviously, I know Dubravka's coming. He's better with his feet. Tonali in the 6. Looks like it's working easily now. Bruno to the right. Murphy's in a patch of purple form. How long will that last? I don't think it's his greatest game today.
No.
Gordon,
but that's where you need even when Murphy was playing really well, we still acknowledge the fact that we still needed new blood in that position.
But Gordon on the left, the shit house with some of it's coming back
Yeah.
again. Isak scoring goals.
Joelinton
It's so
a monster
important.
frame. Yeah.
It's so important, Alexander Isak. So, I got it wrong about Eddie Howe, and I'm pleased I got it wrong because I didn't really want him to go because I've loved him, I met him.
All right. All right.
And I'm just getting all, emotional,
But so
But I'm buzzing for it
I wasn't Howe out, but
There have to be questions asked at that time before this run.
100%. But it was very much a case of how can we respond? Leicester, winnable. Ipswich away, winnable. Villa, we have a good record against them at home, winnable. So how do we perform in those 3 games? That could determine I did a video on the channel a few weeks ago. That will determine our season. If those 3 games didn't go to plan, then Howe may well have lost the fan base completely. And I probably would have been Howe out then as well. However, we started to click.
Yeah, I'm
started
absolutely
to
looking
click,
for him.
and look,
it's fickle and look.
it's not fickle.
We are fickle fans because obviously we live in the moment, don't we? We do.
Yes, and the thing is when you record these videos that's so close
It's
after
out
the game, hearts on your sleeves, and you don't have that. Sometimes your opinions may change after a night's sleep than when you're sat outside the stadium or whatever. But look, we were brilliant against Leicester, brilliant against Brentford in the cup, Ipswich fantastic, Villa just great, and here much of the same.
Has the run of the last 5 games been better than any part of Eddie Howe's managerial career here? Because I can't remember. I remember winning teams, but not like blasting them. I know some of the opposition. I know we went on a run 16, 17 games, didn't we? But the way we just 3-0, 4-0, 2-0, 3-0. It's like.
Well, that's the thing because we started the season so poorly, didn't we? And our attack looked so blunt, which was a huge concern because it was so
like a domino effect, isn't it?
But now we're looking so potent and so dangerous, and we actually look like Eddie Howe's Newcastle again, which is really pleasing because I want him
I really want him to succeed.
Oh, massively so.
And obviously Spurs coming up as well, which we'll do a video on the weekend with that. And obviously Arsenal, which we know we've got a couple of players suspended. But obviously now, it's the end of the year, 2024. Whether you like it or not, the whole place is going to talk about transfers for the next 4 or 5 weeks. We're going to be sick of it. We know it. You're going to see articles, we're looking at that player, looking at this player. Not what you want. What do you think Eddie Howe's thinking? Where's he looking at that squad thinking, right,
a young centre-back to take over from Cher?
What now?
Yes.
To come in and start?
Yes.
Or want to bed in? Every so
often? No. I said a young centre-back to eventually...
Because Botman's back now. Well, next couple of games he'll be back. Bromley probably.
I kind of hope he's ready for Arsenal, to be honest, with Cher being suspended. It may come a bit too soon for him. But however, to answer your previous question as well...
Because I don't think he'll go for right winger,
No, we have to.
I know you have to as fans,
and
but I don't think he will.
Almiron, the right.
I don't think he will until Almiron goes, and then that frees up more money, and then it's a less player to worry about.
I hope that's what will happen. Whether it's Bakayoko, whether it's, I mean, we keep talking about Kubo because of me, but we've never been linked.
Brian Wemo and
Wemo's the one, isn't it? But I don't know. It's going to be.
It's going to be a very long month of clickbait.
And don't be surprised if we don't do any business at all.
Well, Eddie Howe said that cheekily to Gary Lineker, but then
that's him.
But then he was interviewed by who had the weekend's fixture? Was it TNT?
Amazon.
Sorry. Seeing the clip afterwards, he was asked the same question. He's changed his mind. If we can strengthen, we will. So he's playing the media.
But you're not gonna tell.
No, he doesn't want to give away his cards.
No, of course you don't. Why you wouldn't want him to? It's going to be an interesting month. But the thing is, we need to keep hold of Bruno, Tonali, Gordon. Obviously, we signed his new deal. Isak, we need to keep as well. So that is priority.
Yeah, I think they're fine until the end of the season. Then ask me that. At the end of the season,
and then I still think a young centre half. We've been linked with that young Uzbek.
the Lons.
Yeah, from Lons, young Uzbek centre back, and right wing will always be an issue. Don't be surprised if we look at goalkeepers as well.
We'll not talk about keepers because Dubravka's been linked, and
James Trafford didn't look great the other night either, did he?
I don't get that link.
We missed the boat with Mamadishvili.
Yeah, we did. He's joined Liverpool, and Liverpool have got 3 good keepers. One of them is going to go, so you never know.
I don't want Kelleher before you.
I think it's decent, mate. But I wouldn't put all my money on one.
Would you take Rashford?
Only on loan, but I wouldn't permanently buy Rashford. Nah, I wouldn't buy him because he can play in a numerous of forward positions.
Not well.
But well, if you take, I bet he plays well than Gordon up top because Gordon's not great up top, is he? So
true. Well, that's it, and that's the most. That's an actual really good point you've kind of just raised there. If Isak gets injured, our season tails off completely.
Yeah, because he scores goals, and some of Isak's touches would just class the night, which leaves me nicely.
He's a world class.
The last
operator.
question of the night for you is, who gets the accolade of your man of the match?
Oh gosh,
I've got mine straight away.
Lewis Hall.
Yeah, that's mine again. We said that the other night. What a player, and obviously Shaw here, left back, who's hours injured, is the England first choice.
No, Lewis Hall's first choice.
But when he's fit, he's got to go with Lewis Hall for me.
Yeah, absolutely, and I love the story because, again, in his loan season.
Why isn't he playing?
And then when he did come in, he'd have a few stinkers. He'd do okay. You think, well, there is a bit of potential. Then you got to remember he's still just a baby in footballing terms. But then he took a step back for 2 steps forward, and now he's absolutely flourishing. It's really great to see. Him and Gordon have that relationship, and I think that's another good point about
keeping Gordon to the left.
Yes, and and that was a problem on the other side because Livramento couldn't build that because it was chop and change. Is it Barnes? Is it Gordon? Is it Joelinton? Is it Almiron? Yeah, and then Longstaff or Bruno would come across and they'd play those lovely little neat triangles which exploited defenders. So that wasn't helping. So, I mean, look, I still think we need a right winger. But yeah, Lewis Hall, it's amazing how he's coming on. He's looking absolutely fantastic at the moment, and long may it continue. Brilliant.
I would agree. He's my man of the match as well. Shout out to Isak as well. Joelinton's looking like he's back on form as well. We didn't really touch upon him. So he's looking like
Gordon was good.
Gordon was
good.
Track back, yeah. Good, because I've criticised him in the past about that.
Last few games he really has been as well.
He's really grafted. So here we are outside of Manchester United's Old Trafford. Literally old.
Still so many people milling around, isn't there?
Yeah, taking loads of selfies and that. Newcastle United have come away with a very, very important win, a big win. We'll remember this, no doubt, in the way end. But we've got lots of videos. We've got obviously Sam's drive down. You've got the match reaction. You've got the vlog, and obviously you've got this today as well. We'll do 1 or 2 videos during the week as we build up to Spurs. So there we're going.
Happy New Year to all of our viewers, our subscribers, and our wonderful members as well. And all the best for 2025.
Have a great New Year, and we'll be back in the next year too, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.